Good afternoon, 6-4 parents. Mr. Hagedorn here doing a Thursday video since there is no school tomorrow. All right, make sure you keep your kids home tomorrow for Veterans Day. Next week is a normal 5-day week, one of the few we have this quarter. So in math next week, math 6, we started talking a little bit about surface area of 3D shapes today. We're going to spend all next week continuing to talk about surface area of 3D shapes, where we find the area of each face and then add it all together to get the surface area. All right, Math 6 Plus. We just finally started talking about fractions in our fractions unit. We did a little bit with mixed numbers, improper fractions. Going to do more with that on Monday, and then talk about addition and subtraction Monday and Tuesday. We will have our study guide on Wednesday, quiz on Thursday for part 1 of that fractions unit. It's going to involve greatest common factor, least common multiple, and adding and subtracting fractions. And then we will move on to kind of the chunk of this unit, multiplying and dividing fractions. All right, have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday.
So I assume I'm doing ELA.
Yes. It's all you.
All right, 6-4 families, 2-hat time. Monday with ELA. Students got these books yesterday. It's called Good Masters, Sweet Ladies. Totally different read than quarter 1. This one's all about monologues of different people that are living in a medieval village. You can tell it's written in poem stanza format. Unlike Percy Jackson, this is not a book that's going to be read front to back, so don't think you can jump ahead of us and just, I'm going to read the book and get it all done. We won't read all the stories. There's about 20 stories in there. Over the time before we track out, we're going to read about 15 of them. So, we're not reading 15 that go in order. So, Good Master, Sweet Ladies kickoff is Monday. We're going to talk about what monologues are. We're going to be really focusing on themes in these monologues, what theme is being produced in these people's stories. We're going to be doing gist. That's going to be the big focus with each of the stories. And we're going to kick off with Barbary. He's going to be the first one that we read about. Tuesday, we're going to teach how to read a monologue, talking about how the thing is written. We're going to use a stoplight, telling you if you should stop, if you should pause, or if you should just keep going. Monologues are supposed to be read in a particular format. We're going to be teaching the kids that. And we're going to read about Hugo on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be learning about figurative language. There's lots of weird words like hyperbole, similes, personification. I don't even know them all, but we're going to be teaching them. And there's a big dictionary in the student workbook if you want to get ahead of the game on that. And we're also going to be reading Giles on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to be reading Thomas and Taggart. And then Friday, we're going to have a little assessment on one of the stories that we read. And we're going to finish off the week reading about Mog. So that will be ELA next week. Now, science, I kind of jumped the gun last week, and I thought we were going to get further into science than we did. I forgot we were going to the LLC last week. And so we got backed up a little bit. So we are going to be kicking off sound on Monday. We're going to do all things sound to all the way through Thanksgiving. Mechanical, longitudinal, that's the type and the type of wave movement. We're going to be using sound in comparison to light. So we're going to spend about 2 weeks on sound. We're going to be doing stations next week, and we're also going to be doing some video analysis next week. We're going to end it with a quiz. It's going to be wonderful and joyful, and we're actually going to push it. Now, you might see a lot of grades coming in science, and the grades might be a little bit lower because we're doing a lot more of the word application. It's not just tell me what the word means. It's like show me what that word means, but show me what it means in context. Kids are struggling a little bit with that. So the more we do it, the better they'll get at it. But that's why the grades might be a little bit lower. But if you see a 0, fix those problems because that's work not getting done. Have a good weekend.
All right, friends. Good Master, Sweet Ladies connects very much to our social studies class, although in Wake County's Infinite Wisdom, they don't match up when we teach the Middle Ages in social studies and when we teach the Middle Ages in language arts, but there you go. So we're going to get into Good Masters, Sweet Ladies. We're going to start reading Barbary, and her line starts with, I shouldn't have done it. I knew it was wrong when the muck left my hand. It was folly and cruelty And I wish I hadn't. We're going to have some fun with this. This is a great story. It won a Newbery Award. That's what this gold sticker is back in 2008. It's a lot of fun, and I think the kids are really going to enjoy it. Now, in social studies class, we are finishing up our unit on religion in our grapes kind of swirling idea. So we've got one more week to talk about religion, and we're going to be talking about the big monotheistic religions and the idea of monotheism. So we'll start on Monday with what is monotheism, the opposite of polytheism. Polytheism, many gods; monotheism, one God. And then we're going to start kind of focusing in on the big three. So we'll talk about Christianity, Islam, and Judaism throughout the rest of that week. Then the week after that, that would be the week that starts Thanksgiving, we're going to move into our A unit, which is achievement. So that's where we're going into innovations, inventions, ways of making life easier as people start to develop and achieve more things. So we'll talk about writing and fireworks and all kinds of fun stuff throughout the rest. And that takes us right up to the end of our second quarter, or right when our winter break trackout starts. Okay? So if you have any questions, any concerns, any problems, please let us know. If not, have a lovely 3-day weekend on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The guns fell silent. See you later.